So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about Erica Mena of Love and Hip Hop appearing to look very frail, weak, significantly thinner, and really sad amidst her divorce from Safaree Samuels. Now, I'm going to be real, I really don't know the history between Safaree Samuels and Erica Mena to any deep capacity. The last time I watched a full season of Love and Hip Hop, that goes for any of the franchises, had to have been like 2016, like sophomore year of college. So I'm not too privy to how their relationship started and ended, but I do know the overview of how they got to where they are at now. The other day, I watched Eloho's video. Shout out to Eloho, my Nigerian sis. And she basically talked about how Safaree Samuels is Erica Mena's karma. And I definitely do agree. What really got me was the introductory video clips in her video that kind of gave me a mini timeline of their relationship. Let's take a look.
You asked for my hand in marriage. You asked for this family that we've created together. And now that you have it, it's not interesting enough for you anymore.
If Erica goes home, the girl who I'm falling in love with is gone. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'd rather stay on a bunk bed in someone else's crib than to be in this house and just be arguing nonstop every day, every time we speak. It just doesn't make any sense and it's not healthy. Erica gives me a little warm, tingly feeling on the inside.
You left me in this house by myself pregnant.
Because I need her to be healthy to carry my baby for 9 months.
You're hurting me and you're causing distress to my pregnancy. Safaree, pick her up, you freaking idiot.
She needs to know that there's pain in life. I didn't realize having a kid was this much work, so that's why I said I don't want no more kids. It's a lot of work. I didn't know it was this much work, and we don't have any help.
Do you not like being married?
Well, having a son, that would be like the most unbelievable thing. I need a man to carry on my last name. I need an heir to the throne.
I was in the hospital bed with this man's son. That man didn't care if I made it through that pregnancy. That man didn't care if I made it through that labor.
It's my second-year wedding anniversary, and instead of my husband buying me dozens of roses, he bought it for a bitch that bought him a shot. Yeah!
I knew it.
That good old hair.
He just has this obsession with my hair.
Her
It's
hair,
nice and thick.
So what is most interesting here is the flip that Safaree did. And I mean literally flip-flop, like flip-flop alligator sandal that your African mom used to throw at you to hit you with. This man in the beginning was so enamored by Erica Mena, came off like he was someone in love. And if y'all remember, he spent a long time kind of chasing and lusting after her. And I think Erica kind of brushed it to the side and then eventually decided to take him up on his interest in her. And then now we are here. So I see a lot of people saying that Erica's current looks are a reflection of how she's been treated by Safaree. They have 2 kids together, they are officially divorced, and are still on this toxic platform of Love and Hip Hop, basically letting the whole world see this tumultuous situation. And I think with this situation, 2 things can be true at the same time. One, Erica Mena was definitely a problematic individual when it came to dating and relationships with other people. Erica Mena has been a cheater, she has been the other woman in a marriage, and the whole 9 yards. She has gassed herself up to believe that she is above or just deserving of certain treatment because of her looks and her appeal. And I've seen this over the years from watching Love and Hip Hop to the point where I don't really care for Erica Mena. I never really saw what people saw when they said they are a fan of her or just like her character on the show. So just quickly referencing back to Eloho's video, I do agree that Safaree is Erica Mena's karma for all of the things that she has done to other people's relationships, including her own. Let's not forget that Erica Mena was the other woman in the marriage between DJ Envy of The Breakfast Club and his wife. He was cheating on his wife with Erica Mena, who knew that he was a married man. And one thing I tell girls, especially women my age, so early mid-20s, never be the other woman in someone's marriage, let alone anybody's relationship, but specifically in someone's marriage. Even if you are in the sugar baby relationship or you are getting something out of it, that man is never going to leave his wife for you. And on top of that, more importantly, your karma is going to be crazy. I don't mean to be too biblical, but I know I do at times, but the Bible talks about 7-fold and 10-fold, meaning whatever energy you cast out will be returned to you at a greater length. And I feel that is present in this situation with Erica Mena and Safaree due to Erica's past actions. The sacrament of marriage usually definitely has religious components to it. So I just believe that when it comes to someone's marriage, don't mess with that, because you will receive a consequence or a learning lesson from the powers that be. That's all I'm going to preach for today on that. Now, the second part is her appearance is suffering because of the suffering that she's dealing with within this situation. And I think that's the most alarming part to me, because these are public figures that we see in the media. They usually look like above average people, attractive and desirable. However, during the Love and Hip Hop reunion, Mena looked visibly different, and I think it's important that we discuss what may be happening to her. So I thought this was really relevant to a lot of women and important to discuss. So I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my one and only talking point is love lost and lost weight. The reason why I'm making this the header for this talking point is because I feel like there's a certain correlation to when love is lost and a heartbreak takes place, and something else about you is lost in the process, both physically and emotionally. Safaree and Erica's relationship has so many red flags that I actually can't believe that they made it to the altar, because it just seemed really off to me. Now, if you do want to get a glimpse of how the relationship was on a deeper note, I will link below the YouTube link to the Love and Hip Hop recap of their relationship. But after watching this, I can immediately tell that although no marriage is perfect and they say marriage takes hard work, what do I know? I'm 25, single, unmarried with no kids. I still feel like two people that are in the dating stage would know a bulk of their issues prior to advancing to the stage of marriage. And when a lot of that is ignored or put underneath the rug for superficial reasons, the result is love being lost and both parties being affected by that. And unfortunately for Mena, her body and appearance is taking a toll, because she's probably dealing with the stress, embarrassment, and just the overall heartbreak of the situation. And this is not necessarily normal, but it's definitely something that happens to a lot of people. It's happened to me before. About 2.5 years ago, me and my college boyfriend broke up, and it was just a hard time, and I remember losing so much weight that I didn't really recognize myself. I've always been very tall, mostly on the thin side, but right before that relationship, I had gotten my college fit girl weight, and I loved my body. But once our relationship ended, I kid you not, I dropped like 20 pounds. And I hadn't been that small since high school. And it was just the stress of the entire situation weighing down on my psyche and causing this weight loss. Another more public or popular example is Khloe Kardashian. A lot of people say that Khloe Kardashian and her sister Kim have recently lost weight due to wanting to appear more youthful or more white, if that even makes sense, or whatever. And as much as I do think that is all facts, I also think a lot of what is contributing to Khloe's weight loss is heartbreak, stress, and embarrassment. I want to have sympathy for Khloe, and to an extent it's like I kind of do, but overall I can't really, because of how much she has allowed to transpire in the situation. It's not even about how she's taken certain men from other women, because again, I told you, you're gonna get your karma. But look at how closely Mena's situation and Khloe Kardashian's situation kind of correlate. But it's just how much she has allowed that has now contributed to the downfall of her reputation, and most importantly, her health. So I decided to look up what the reason for this is, and just a quick Google search says that heartbreak and grief does and can cause weight loss. Specifically, the body produces the hormone epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, in direct response to the onset of grief. The production of this hormone triggers the body's fight or flight response, which temporarily suppresses appetite. So essentially, the grief and the depression that comes with the situation slows down your metabolism. And I also read that on average, a woman loses 5 pounds within the first month of a breakup if she did not initiate the breakup, and then 3 pounds if she did initiate the breakup. And for what we see in this situation, it's Safaree that does not want to be with Erica. Erica wants the happily ever after. She wants to believe that Safaree is the man of her dreams. She wants to raise her children in a 2-parent household. She doesn't want to be a single mother, and basically transform herself from some of her previous antics. And unfortunately, this has been the result. Moving on, all of this is being played out on national television, which makes it 10 times worse. So with them being social media people or public figures, TV personnel, and I would say like C-list celebrities, C- at that, hundreds of thousands of people are watching all of this play out for their entertainment, which further aggravates the intensity of the situation. So I wanted to play the Love and Hip Hop clip of Safaree and Erica's discourse on the reunion, so we see how she looks, her response to their current situation, and also how Safaree reacted as well. Take a look.
It's obvious me and Safaree will never be. I was in the hospital bed with this man's son. That man didn't care if I made it through that pregnancy. That man didn't care if I made it through that labor. I really have fought through some dark time. Like literally, I couldn't get out of bed, guys. There was days I could not eat. But at the same time, I have to face my kids and I gotta act like everything's okay because I'm the only one that feeds them on a day-to-day basis. Like, I had to drag myself out of that dark place. With my first son, because I had to hustle so much, I sacrificed so much time away from my firstborn, and I'm still trying to make it up to this day. And this is stuff that I've confessed, you know, and been vulnerable with to him about. That's why it's weird that he knows traumatic experience I've had of being a single mother once, and then he turns around and makes me a single mother twice. I've already come to terms that Safaree will never really take accountability, and that's fine. He don't owe me nothing. All he owes now is his kids. That's all I care about.
Safaree, do you want to say anything at this point?
Come on. Come on. Say it.
Grow up.
Shut the up.
You can cuss me out. I'm cool with it.
Speak, bro, because there's somebody out there like you. So you got to speak, bro.
I want you to be able to speak and not us speak for you. So if there's anything, I mean, this is the time.
I don't even know how to start.
We want to hear. Start.
He said he has pain. Sometimes to get your pain out, you got to release it. If you got pain, dog, you got to get it out too. Y'all both.
Who wants to get married, have kids, and then end up here? Like, I wouldn't have thought 2 years later this is where we would have been. We were just at a place where it was just who could hurt who the most, and we were there for a long time. It sucks. Definitely sorry for the time when our son was born.
So the first thing that I think everyone noticed was how frail Erica looks. I mean, she really does look like skin and bones, and I don't even mean that offensively. I'm dead serious. Like, I was shocked. And then Safaree had the nerve to be sitting there looking like the fourth member of Baha Men. Like, why did he have on that cutoff with them shades? I feel like in both of them, you can visibly see the discomfort and potential disappointment in their situation. However, you can tell by Safaree's demeanor that he has a very narcissistic, nonchalant approach to everything. And I feel like when dealing with any type of breakup, whether it's your high school sweetheart, your long-term college relationship, or a full-blown marriage, what makes it even more difficult is the attitude of the other individual. Safaree acts as if he wasn't the one chasing after Erica Mena in the beginning. He fed her words of affirmation to subdue her reservations in proceeding with him, just for him to turn around and opt out of just about everything. From his presence as a father, his marital vows, and I think his character was already questionable in the beginning. So it does confuse me that Erica didn't see past this and went through to marry him as well as have kids by him. And let's not forget, Erica had the first baby, which was their daughter, and then that's when things started to go left. But somehow she ended up having a second baby, even though the proof was in the pudding that Safaree was seemingly checked out of the whole entire marriage. I still to this day don't know what exactly made Safaree change his mind about Erica. Maybe one of y'all can tell me, but it's crazy to me how you can see how emotionally and physically distraught Erica is because of the situation. And one thing I really didn't like watching was how she tried to say that Safaree didn't owe her anything. And she also came off very forcefully detached. And by forcefully detached, I mean having to swallow the fact that you no longer can get mad or emotionally inclined about your situation because you know that the person that you are dealing with is going to gaslight you and respond in a manner that further hurts your feelings. That's all I was seeing, and I really didn't like that. I think he does kind of owe her at least the respect to have a conversation, be on good terms, and everybody have a healthy co-parenting situation. I was sensing that Erica wanted to say more, wanted to go off, wanted to have some type of closure or an apology or something. But because she's already said enough in the past, and because Safaree has this inflated ego, she has been forced to just detach from the situation, which to me is very unhealthy on a mental standpoint because we all know your thoughts are going to continue to be alive. Your physical devotion and in-person aspect of the relationship may die, but your mental thoughts about what you're dealing with are going to haunt you until they don't. That's the worst part of a breakup, is that when one person feels that there's still more to be said or feels that they didn't get a chance to end things on their terms, your mental is going to replay every time that you either let something slide or every time this person did something to you or every time you felt unappreciated in your relationship. Also, notice how quick Safaree was to clap back at Shekinah, but really had little to no words for his own ex-wife, the mother of his children. So to me, part of the reason why Erica Mena's reaction to this is so dramatic and so visible in her appearance is because she's literally dealing with a textbook narcissist. Now, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist, I cannot diagnose him, but to me, it's given narcissist. She's dealing with the worst type of ex to have, because when someone is emotionally unavailable, even though you're in an emotional situation, it just heightens the heartbreak. And again, this is reflecting in her physical appearance. It's almost like Safaree has sucked the life out of her, and I find it to be so crazy that in this case, there are a lot of men who don't have any thought about putting their wife, girlfriend, or even baby mother through the ringer emotionally just to satisfy their own ego. At the end of the day, there are 2 children involved in this situation that should mean more to Safaree than anything else, and he doesn't seem to even consider that. And let's not act like Erica Mena is perfect either. Like, during their marriage, I would peep that they were both trying to out-petty one another. It seems like Erica Mena would strategically gaslight Safaree by blasting him, sharing their business, and all of that. But I definitely think that her being the woman, her bearing the kids, and having more of a responsibility to them is why the toll that this divorce has taken on her exceeds Safaree's, at least from a physical standpoint. I don't know what is going on in that man's head. All in all, stress from relationships can really affect you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I think that the idea of being toxic has kind of been glamorized over the last 2 years. And I low-key blame some of those spam or meme pages like Justin LaBoy, because I feel like although most of that stuff is comedy and satire, people internalize some of those funny toxic memes that he posts. Hell, I be getting some pretty toxic ideas from his page, I can't lie. But for real, I think toxicity in relationships is never really the goal, but when 2 people get to a point where their egos don't mesh together, it allows for messiness to take place, even in something as important like the union of marriage. And sometimes those toxic qualities can have very evident physical and emotional consequences. I hope these 2 individuals are able to heal. My concern is the 2 young babies that are a part of this situation, and I think that they should take a break from love and hip hop. I understand the point of being on reality TV is to give people an inside look to your life, expose your issues, and also edify people on how you have dealt with them. But this is taking a toll on both of them, and especially Erica Mena. So I wish for a positive outcome and for both individuals to acquire and maintain the necessary therapy and do the work to get them back to a healthy space. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, please go stream my song Ballin'. It is out on all platforms, and I have new music for y'all coming in the new year. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Out my way, I'm out the way. They say I'm out the ordinary. Call my favorite cousins up, they round the way and on the way. Had to come to auntie house, cause last time I did, I said I'ma call him when I need some money. I ain't tryna wait. Mansion in the motherland, bitch, leave it by the gate. Call my favorite cousins up, they round the way and on the way. Had to come to auntie house, cause last time I did 20K, yo. They don't know who they messing with. I be where the blessings is, my pockets never deficit. You can't touch all this excellence, you gon' need a prerequisite. You gon' need some relevance, so cut it OT Genesis. Pack in the mail from my boys in Abuja. Big meaty